What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Risky Ryan Trades. Today we're going to take a look once again at the Magnificent Seven, plus a few of the other important stocks in the NASDAQ index and things that I call the Excellent 11. But we will start with the Magnificent Seven first. But before we do, thank you so much to all the nice comments about my anniversary, which was yesterday. I had a really nice prime rib. It was excellent, kind of like the Excellent 11. And quick disclaimer, trading is risky. This is not financial advice, for entertainment purposes only, but I hope that you find value in this video. And if you do, if you could hit the like button, it helps me find new subscribers. And hit subscribe if you like these videos, and comment below if you see something I'm not seeing. We're going to start off with Amazon, which today opened inside of the Gann arc. Let's zoom in a little bit. And it closed right on it. As we know, Jeff Bezos is selling like a kajillion billion shares right around the 200 level. So when the dam breaks, which I think could be very soon because the rest of the market just keeps ripping. I don't know how much longer Amazon can be held back. I'm hoping for a big move up. We could see, a big candle like we've been seeing with Meta, Tesla, Apple. And the top of the arc sits at about 218. So we got our eyes on Amazon. And as you can see, as time goes on, the arc kind of curls down. So if we stay sideways at 200, we get inside the arc, and this becomes a support level. Also, I want to take a look here at the Ichimoku real quick. We came down, we touched, this is actually I think my 10-day EMA. So we came down, touched that, and then closed back right at about 199.72, so right around $200. Once again, we're forming a pretty big base here at $200. The MACD starting to flatten out. This is starting to come down. I'm not too worried about this. As long as the stock market as a whole keeps moving up, eventually the pressure will push this thing higher. We can get Jeff Bezos out the way and make some money. All right, next up is NVIDIA. NVIDIA today, we're over the arc. We found support at this fib level, the 61.618, and we're very much healthily, is that a word? Inside of this fib channel, looking for a push over into the next higher fib level. And I mean, this thing looks like it's finding its strength again. So I love that. Keeping in mind, remember, we've got a 155 as our next major Gann level. So, and that's also our Fibonacci retracement from the high of here to the bottom of the pullback. So a lot of confluence here. 155 is my current price target, and it looks like it's NVIDIA's current price target as well. Let's take a look at Microsoft. Microsoft recovering really well from yesterday's pullback. We're still in an uptrend. The Ichimoku is in order. And we are still en route to our next Gann level and the arc confluence at about $500. So $500 is the big number. It looks like it's like a heat-seeking missile trying to hit this 500 mark. So hopefully we get some good earnings coming up this end of this week by the banks, and going into next week could push the market much higher. It sure seems like we're in a melt up. The technicals on the SPY, I'm not going to get to it today, but the technicals on the SPY and the Qs are pretty cooked. Like the RSI is pretty cooked. So we could see, a bump along the way, maybe a pullback before we do hit this 500, before we do hit these extra levels. But with the news today, or with Powell, he spoke today, and he was, I don't know if you would say that he's dovish, but he said a lot of things the market liked. So it sure seems like we're getting a rate cut in September as far as we stand right now, and that's why the market is is loving it. So Microsoft looking very healthy. Let me just take a look on my screen here, see if I see anything. Okay, so take a look at this. So we came down, yeah, we reconfirmed the 10 EMA. So the 10 EMA is holding up. We held our fib level of 458 twice, 3 times it seems like. So we've tested it, confirmed it, and now we're pushing higher. I'm seeing about 480-ish as our next point of resistance. Let's take a look at Apple. Apple, woo-wee! We're in the arc. We are in the arc. We're in the arc, guys. I mean, I'm bullish Apple. Look at all these straight days of green. Top of the arc. If we get there inside of this channel, like 245, 247, so that's when we might start meeting resistance. We do have this Gann angle right here, so we could, you could see it come down, but we have a lot of resistance kind of nearby. So, and I have no reason to suspect we're going to come down here, but we do have earnings coming up, which they don't have the new cycle yet, so that could put a little hamper on the party, but I think this party's just getting started. We're still early days. We had this big push up, got over, now we're in the arc. We've got a lot of momentum in this name. Just gonna quick take a look on my charts here, see if I have anything worth looking at. So the fib level 243 is what I'm seeing as the next level of resistance. Let's see if there's any confluence on here. 243. So yeah, if we stay inside of this arc, 243 right here, that's July 23rd if we're lucky. So yeah, I mean, we've got, let's just take a look at how many percent that is if we really do get there. It's another 4% before major points of resistance. And we do have this, like, it looks like when we broke this Fibonacci fan, that was support. That's 3% drop. If we go there, which I have no reason to think that we will. And you see down here the MACD is just like there was a small pullback, it barely registered, and now we're moving higher. Apple looking good. All right, what else do we got? We have Amazon, NVDA, Meta. How could you forget Meta? Meta, really strong, really strong. We held up after that little pullback. We closed a bar higher than where the previous day closed. And we closed above the previous high of this cycle once again. So Meta's still off to the races. I added to my position today. I added to Apple as well. These names seem very strong. They're sitting very close to support. We can see here that we're holding inside of this fib channel that we were in for a longest time, fell out of it, pushed right back into it, and now we're at the support level again. Looking for a big day out of Meta tomorrow. And really looking for a big, run up to earnings. We could hit 600 by earnings, or earnings could push us up to 600. There was a big freak out the last earnings, if you remember. He said, "Oh, I'm going to spend money on Metaverse," and everybody freaked out again. But I don't know. I think I trust Zuckerberg. Metaverse seems kind of corny, but I think it could end up being a really big thing, or something comes out of it that becomes very profitable. We could also have the first word on advertising revenue due to the election cycle right here, or they could even give projected, hey, we think we're going to make a lot more on advertisement. So there could be a lot of good news, and I think Zuckerberg is not going to risk having a bad earnings call So yeah, I got a good feeling about Meta. Hopefully we can stay within this fib channel, see a good day tomorrow, push above this high right here. Just taking a look at what I have drawn out. You can see here like the overall big move, you know, like there was a big move. God, I don't even think my scale comes down to it. You can see we were way down here. We were even lower down in October. So from the previous all-time high to the all-time low, now we're up over it. The next fib level is up here at 686.58, which is even higher than these things, but 658, that's about the arc, the top of the arc. So we're quite a ways away from that, and I feel like we're pretty close to support. So I got, you know, I'm still bullish Meta. Stock market looking really strong right now. We might be a little overcooked on the RSIs in the short term, but I think end of year we're going to be really surprised at how good of a year this was. Okay, let's see here. What else do we got? Mag 7. Am I missing something? Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, NVDA, Tesla. How could I forget about Tesla? Tesla with the doji candle today. Seems to be digesting, but still green. Support was found, 245, 250 was confirmed, 260 held up. I mean, this thing's just, look at all of this green volume right here. Incredible move from Tesla. I think it's really trying to get to this like 292, 300 level. You know, you might see us hit, well, yeah, we're right here. So we could see some, you know, a pullback. If I see a pullback that brings us down to like here, let me just see here, because I missed this move. I think most of us probably did. Yeah, there's a lot of support right here. We broke over it. You could see a retest of support right here. If we do, I might be picking up some Tesla shares. Google, that's the other one. Google, still strong. Still in this fib channel right here. We do have overhead resistance at about $200, and the arc, so it's pretty tight from $200 to about $204. So, me personally, I will not be entering in. We did have a little breakout right here, so you could see a zip up to here. But if we can break over the arc, I will be picking up some Google shares because, you know, like you have 3 levels of support really close to each other at about, like, you know, this line is at 199, the top of the arc is 203. I mean, if we hit 205, I think there's going to be a fight. You know, once we get there, there's a lot of resistance. But once, you know, resistance is broken, it becomes support. And that's a really tight risk-reward area. And I'll have to draw a new Gann box because we're getting out of the, we're breaking out of it. So yeah, Google strong. It seems like it's not going to have any trouble getting into here. So we'll keep an eye on that. Another major holding in my portfolio is Costco, and I think it deserves to be mentioned. They recently reported a $2 billion more, so 24-ish over 22 billion that was projected month of June sales, and they announced that they will be increasing their membership by $5. And in post, you can see this blue little box right here in post market, it actually shot all the way up to this about 925, which was this Gann line right here, and now it's at right about 905. So Costco is looking really, really strong. And I just want to take a look here at my lines. So it hit 925, which is that Gann line, and then now, here, let me go to the 4 hour. now we're trying to get up over this Fibonacci level right here. But with the news, I think that's the catalyst that is needed to push us over this and make this level support and keep the good times rolling. Because this thing has just been absolutely crushing it for God knows how long. I mean, let's just take a big look at this. Going back to 2019, it was $175 a share. Now it's $884 a share. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. So Costco, hats off to you. I know I said that I was going to maybe take some profit when it hits this 925, but I think with this catalyst and with earnings isn't until September, we could see more upward momentum to push ourselves into the arc. And once we're in the arc, you know, we have a lot of support. So really happy about that. Broadcom, another important name in the NASDAQ, had a red doji kind of day. Oh, let's lock that. Been struggling, kind of similar chart pattern to NVIDIA. We had this big sell-off once we hit 1850, which is this GAN line. It looks like it, you know, the pullback already happened, and hopefully we don't see a drop down, you know, down to here. But if the overall market can stay strong, if NVIDIA can stay strong, and the semiconductor space can stay strong, you could see this push back up and over. Probably will happen alongside NVIDIA. I don't actually hold any Broadcom shares. I find that it trades a lot like NVIDIA, and NVIDIA is where all the hype is in, it's where all the momentum's in, it's where everybody wants to be, and I like to own leaders. I recently got rid of my Palo Alto holdings and just went all in for my cybersecurity with CrowdStrike. It's the industry leader. You know, I noticed whenever both stocks went down, Palo Alto went down more. When both stocks went up, CrowdStrike went up more. So it was like, why am I holding both of these? So yeah, Broadcom, it looks like we're forming a base at about 1750. We're falling out of this channel right here, but the Ichimoku is, you know, is still strong, so I like it. Netflix fell out of this fib channel. Software had kind of a rough day today, but I'm really not too worried about Netflix. We might see a bit of a retracement down to here before we break into the arc. I'm not too worried about it. We did close under the Ichimoku, so if you're day trading this thing, like, you wouldn't be wrong to reduce position here. We might have a drop down to the Tenkan-sen. But I think we're going to find strong support right here, and you know, that's at about 660. So if you're looking to get into NVIDIA, maybe hang tight. There is some supply down here, right above the Tenkan-sen, or the Tenkan-sen or Kijun-sen. So 660, 665, that could be a really, you know, good spot to initiate a position if you don't have one already. But otherwise, you know, you might want to just wait to get into the arc. That's another. We do have earnings coming up, so we'll have to see. I think it's just going to form a base until we hit earnings. I don't know if it's going to really push into this without some kind of catalyst. And finally, Eli Lilly. Beast mode Eli. Just can't be stopped. Look at this. Whoop, whoop, whoop. But we got stopped by the arc. So earnings isn't until the 8th. I'd be shocked if this thing goes down until then. I really do feel like we're going to get into the arc, and we might stay in the arc until earnings pops us over, and that would give us a long time to form a base. But what a run, what a run. I mean, why would it run this far before earnings to not get in? I mean, you got to imagine. But what an incredible run it's had. 850 was this GAN level here. I just want to take a look on here, see if I can see anything that's not showing me. So, okay, yeah. The next fib level, based on what I have drawn before is like 1083. Let's see if there's any confluence. $1,083, that's December. So by end of year, we could be up this arc if we're lucky. Just taking a look at this, I mean, this was a hell of a lot of consolidation, and now we're just, I feel like we're just on a crash course to getting to that level. We might, you know, halfway through, we might find some resistance. Let's just draw, I'm going to draw another fib level on this pullback that we had, just to see. Yeah, look at that. So we broke over this 919, and that's why we've had so much upward momentum. See this? We broke over. Let's take a look at the daily. Yeah, once we broke over, now we're moving up again. Looking for some big days out of Eli Lilly coming up. This stock just boggles my mind. It's so strong. Well, anyway, I wanted to make this nice and quick for you guys. Got it done in about 20 minutes. A little daily review. Things are looking really strong. You know, let's just take a look to see midweek where the SPY and the NASDAQ are at. So we popped over my fib level here, pretty strong. 560, I'm surprised that it just busted through this, like the Kool-Aid man. So the weekly candle is looking really strong. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some more chop, but the individual stocks we looked at today look really strong, like poised for more. So we might just never look back. I mean, I could see that happening. I mean, we had a little bump in the road here, and even if you look at the daily, I mean, we've had nothing but smooth sailing. It's kind of incredible. Looking at the Qs, but I do want to take a look at the RSIs. I want to show you guys that. Let's see here, add a study. Sorry. So you can see here we've been overbought since right here. And you can only stay overbought. The last time we stayed overbought for a week or two, and this has been a week. So we might have a blow off the top to end the week, and I would suspect we might get a retracement back to this 5,600. I'd be shocked if we never got back to 5,600 on the S&P. So the profit take, like, there's got to be some profit taking happening coming up, I gotta imagine, but I could be wrong. I mean, we could just keep zooming. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are missing the boat. They're watching the market go up, and now we get news that the rates are going to start getting cut. So like your high yield savings account and your CDs, are you really going to get 4 or 5% much longer? Probably not. Yeah. Okay. So the Qs haven't reached their peak yet, like the fib level that I drew for them, 507.46. Just want to look at the SPY here on the GANs. So yeah, I mean, I don't see any resistance until we hit the arc at about 570, 575. And the Qs, let's just see if I drew anything. Qs are in the arc, guys. Qs are in the arc. We broke in. 500 was the big level, and we broke through with style. You might see, wow, okay, we're in the arc, guys, for the Qs. That's excellent news. That means that there's support. Even though we're way extended off the moving averages, there is some support here, which will allow the moving average to kind of catch up, and we could be on our next leg up after that. What a great week to be in the markets, guys. I hope you were making some money out there. Thank you so much for watching, and there's going to be a subscribe button and another video that appear here right about now. Why don't you go ahead and hit subscribe. Hit me with that like if you haven't yet, and I will catch you on the next video. Peace.